Good day, class.
Good day, ma'am.
Day, ma'am.
I hope you're having a great day. I will now start sharing my screen. Okay, can you see? Before we start, let us have a very short technical check. If you can see my screen, kindly use the heart button. Thank you very much. If my audio is clear, would you please use the like button? Thank you. And lastly, if you're excited and you're ready to start the discussion, please use the party button. Okay, thank you very much. Let's start things with a prayer. I would like to call on Miss Shai to please lead the prayer. To those of you who have a different religion or belief, a minute of silence will do. Miss Shai?
So let us all bow our heads and feel the presence of the Lord. Lord, we do thank you for this day that we are here again for another lesson. May you open our hearts and ready our minds to really learn everything that we're about to hear and to put them into practice later. I hope that we will just enjoy everything that we're going to discuss and not put this as a burden on us. That would be all. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you very much, Miss Shai. That is a very beautiful prayer. Now, going to our attendance, Mr. Vallepas, the secretary, would you please report the attendance for today?
Ma'am, there are no absentees for today.
Thank you very much. That's nice to hear that everyone was able to attend today's class, even if I know that the setting for right now is really hard because we can encounter a lot of internet problems and other things. Now, I know some of you are already sleepy and some of you are not yet prepared for a discussion. That's why I prepared a motivational activity. So this is called word search. Miss Rama, would you please read the instructions?
Word search. Find the clue words of today's topic hidden in the grid below. The student with the most words will be declared as the winner. Scan the code or use the link below to access this site.
Thank you very much, Miss Rama. Here is the link. I will be sending it to your to the chat box. You may also use the QR code if you have an extra device. Okay, for a minute. Okay, here's the link. Now the jump board should look like this. You have 2 minutes to accomplish this activity. Your timer starts now. Okay, I think everybody is done. Uh, what a job well done to everyone. I am very proud of you guys. I think we already have a winner and that is none other than Miss Roma. Congratulations, Miss Roma.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Okay, I have a few questions for you guys. So, I want to know how was your experience using the Jamboard? How was the game? And did you find any difficulties in using Jamboard? Any volunteers? Any volunteers? Yes, Mr. Vallefas.
Ma'am, and I actually found only one word, ma'am, the poem, but because I had difficulties because of my internet connection. The picture is really blurry and
I see.
it's buffering.
I see. Thank you very much, Mr. Vallepas. But did you enjoy the game itself?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And I'm very glad. I try my best to incorporate different activities for you guys to enjoy, even if there is a lot of internet problems and other environmental factors that may affect our class. Now, because she's the winner of today's game, Miss Roma, what are the words
Yes,
that you
ma'am.
found in the crossword, and what can you say about the words that you found?
Ma'am, there I found there five words, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
The words
That's very
are
good.
poem, prose, fiction, drama, and what was the other one? Genre, ma'am.
Very
And
good.
then, ma'am, what I can say about the words are, I think they depict something about literature.
Mm-hmm.
That's all, ma'am.
Thank you very much. That's an excellent answer and very well done job. No, Roma was able to find five words, and according to her, it relates to something about literature or literary genres. Last question we have. Do you have any guess about our topic for today? Any guess? Yes, Ms. Recluta.
Ma'am, as per what Miss Ranyoko said, I also usually heard those words when we were talking about literature. So I guess our topic for today would be something related to it.
Thank you very much. And let's see if you guess the topic right. Our topic for today will be literary genres. Again, I am your professor, Miss Merlinda S. Balite, and welcome to your course, Creative Nonfiction. Okay, let's start things up with the different genres. Now there's a lot of literary genres there, but due to the limited time, we will be only tackling the traditional literary genres. There are four, and the first one will be I'm sorry. Before we start the discussion, sorry, I'm just so excited to share this lesson to you guys. So let me just establish the different objectives of this lesson. May I ask Miss Abagaw to please read the objectives?
Objectives. At the end of this lesson, the student shall be able to, letter A, enlist the traditional literary genres. Letter B, distinguish the similarities and differences between the traditional literary genres. And letter C, understand the importance of studying literary genres.
Very good. Now I have prepared a lot of activities and discussion for us to be so we can able to achieve these objectives at the end of the discussion. Now, to start things up, we have, I'm sorry, we have poetry. The first literary genre is poetry. Miss Ranyoko, could you please read the first description?
Okay, ma'am. Poetry. Written in lines and stanzas instead of sentences and paragraphs.
Thank you. So one of the unique characteristic of poetry is it is written in lines and stanzas. So you can see these characteristic to other kinds of literary genres. So if you see something that is written in lines and stanzas, immediately you can say that's poetry. Next, characteristic, Ms. Recluta.
Due to its origin in oral history, poetry is characterized by meter and rhyme.
Very good. So, a fun fact, poetry have existed way before the system of writing was created. That's why its origin is rooted from oral history. That's why in terms of aesthetic value of it, they have formulated meter and rhyme. So it is pleasing to the ear when they share it to other people. So next we have, I will just read this one. Most poetry is abundant in figurative language by using literary devices. I'm sure you have already discussed literary devices in junior high school. Miss Ranyako, would you please give me an example of literary devices as a review?
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, repetition, ma'am.
Repetition, very good. Miss Recluta, do you have addition to that answer?
Alliteration, ma'am.
Alliteration, very good. So I think you have already remembered literary devices, correct? That's alliteration, repetition, metaphor, simile, and those things. Later in this course and program, we will be able to deepen our understanding about literary devices. Last description, Mr. Vallejos, would you please read?
From having a strict meter and rhyme, contemporary poems are often in free verse, which is characterized by its rhyme and sound.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Vallejos. I just wanted to share to you guys before I used to hate poetry because I don't like things with many rules. But my professor have told me that I perceive poetry wrong because as a matter of fact, poetry is one of the most flexible literary genres because according to her, in order to write a good poetry, you have to understand all the rules so you know how to break them. Now, I will give you guys an example of those poets who have studied the structure, the rules of poetry, and learned how to bend them and make it unique for them. Okay? We have, first one, we have Sylvia Plath. Sylvia Plath is one of my favorite authors. One of her works is Daddy. She is known for her contribution in confessional poetry. Her works surrounds on her experiences and her heartbreaks. Next, we have Miss Emily Dickinson. I'm sorry, that's a typographical error. That's not Emily Dickinson. That's Emily Dickinson. She wrote Hope is a Thing with Feathers. She is known for her use of dash. According to her, this punctuation is something that is shorter than a period and longer than a comma. So, as a fun fact, Emily Dickinson is one of Sylvia Plath's idol in writing poetry. Emily inspired Sylvia in writing her own experiences. And next, we have one of the contemporary writers, poets. We have Sarah Kay. She is well known for her piece, If I Had a Daughter. So her kind of poetry or the poems that she writes is spoken word poetry. So aside from the, sorry, aside from this aside from these characteristics that is shown a while ago, and now in the contemporary world, poetry is also performed in front of the audience. And that is just like the next literary genre. But by the way, I would just like to reiterate that the connection of these three, the reason why I chose them is because these three women are known for their writings that it revolves around their experience as a woman. That's why they are called feminists of their time. Okay, as what I said a while ago, this next one is like poetry, should be performed in front of the audience. Okay, the next one is drama. Miss Abagaw, would you please read the first description?
Literary work written to be performed in front of an audience.
Thank you very much. Yes, as I said a while ago, unlike poetry, poetry are often written but can be performed. On the other hand, drama is written to be performed. It is the main goal of writing drama is for it to be performed in front of the audience. Okay, next one. Let me call on Miss Shireen to please read the second description.
Usually divided into acts or scenes and relies on props or imaginative dialogue to create a visual experience for the audience.
Thank you very much. So it uses props and imaginative dialogue. It is also divided into acts or scenes. Let's see if you can remember the first literary genre. If the drama is divided into acts and scenes, how about poetry? How is it written? May I call any volunteers? Mr. Vallefas, do you want to say something?
I believe poems are written by stanzas.
Thank you. Very good. Poetry is written in lines and stanzas, and on the other hand, drama is divided into acts or scenes. Okay, last one. Let me read this one. It is a collaboration between the playwright, the director, light technician, costume designer, actors, and at the same times even the audience. So unlike the other literary genres, this is a collaboration between many people. It takes a lot of time to perform and write this one because it is a collaboration. And however, on the other kinds of literary genres, it is only performed or written by one person or two person. Okay. Here are the examples of drama. I hope you can remember or some of these are familiar with you guys. First, we have Legally Blonde, the musical. I saw Miss Ranyoko making a wow face. Are you familiar with Legally Blonde? Can you tell us the story?
Mom, I just watched the movie. A, it's about a girl who likes this guy, and when this guy dumped her, she pursued law just to pursue the guy,
Yes.
and she became very good at law.
Thank you, Miss Rama. That's true. This is also one of my favorite movies, but I also watched the musical. It's also good. So, Legally Blonde, the musical, there are a lot of kinds of drama. There are a lot of subcategories, but musical is one of them. So, Miss Rama is correct. Legally Blonde is about a woman who tried to pursue a man in law school, but at the end of the story, she wants to prove everyone that she is more than just a pretty face. Okay, we also have Walang Sugat. This is a local film. I'm sorry, local drama and local play. It's actually a comedy. Is there any one of you who watched this one already? Okay, it's okay. I know that dramas and plays can be expensive. I haven't watched it in person, but I was able to watch something that was recorded already. It's actually a comedy drama, and I will no longer elaborate it, not spoil you. Okay, last and maybe the most popular among these three, Romeo and Juliet. Miss Shai, can you tell me what kind of drama or play Romeo and Juliet is?
I just watched some films about this one, and I think this is about romance and how Romeo and Juliet are famous because they are aggressive decision maker that lead both of them to die because of miscommunication.
Thank you very much, Miss Shai. That's very sharp observation. Romeo and Juliet is a tragic story because they have impulsively killed themselves in thinking that their partner has died already. Okay, very good. I am very proud of you guys because in your age, you're already aware of these kinds of dramas and plays. Now, we're going next literary genre is fiction. Okay, may I ask Mr. Vallefas to read the first description?
Fiction. Fiction is any work written in prose that is not real. Can also use elaborate figurative language.
Okay, thank you. There's a very important words in this description, which is not real. So fiction, you have to remember that when we're talking about fiction, these are the things that are not real. But if you may ask me, ma'am, if fiction means it's not real, how about poetry? It could also not be real, or drama, it could also be not real. Well, the thing that makes fiction distinct is it is written in prose. So later on, we will find out what prose is. It also uses elaborate figurative language. Can you still remember what kind of literary genre uses figurative language? Miss Abagaw?
Ma'am, I'm sorry, ma'am, I'm having internet problems po. What is the question po ulit?
Can you still remember what kind of literary genre uses elaborate figurative language?
Fiction, ma'am.
Is it poetry? Is it drama?
Poetry, ma'am.
Very good. It's poetry. Thank you very much, Miss Haza. I appreciate your effort of still listening, even if you're having a difficult time with your internet connection. So let's proceed to the next one. Miss Renyoko, would you please read?
Must be written in sentences and paragraphs with all the proper punctuation and grammar, which makes it.
Thank you very much, Miss Ranyoko. This is what I'm talking about a while ago, no? Fiction is a prose, and it is because of that it is written in sentences and paragraphs. So prose, you have to remember that prose are things or literary works that is written in sentences and paragraph with proper punctuation and grammar. However, there are fiction or novel books that doesn't use proper grammar because it adds to the story of their work. So a lot of you have to remember that a lot of literary genres uh, have this they call it poetry license, or I forgot the terminology, but yeah, they are allowed to break some rules sometimes. So if that helps their work. Lastly, usually fiction is broken up into chapters. If drama is divided into scenes and acts, fiction is broken up into chapters. Okay, next slide. These are the examples of fiction books. First one is Tale of Medusa. Are you familiar with Medusa? She is a mythological creature. Um, and what's her story? Anyone? Okay, that's very understandable. In your college life, you will study her, but Medusa is about a woman who have been punished to have snakes. Her hair become snakes, and any unworthy man who sees her face will turn into a stone. Okay, next we have the Hunger Games series. The Hunger Games series is a trilogy, a book, and yeah, it's about a revolution and a woman named Katniss who have changed the political system of her world. Lastly, I think every one of us is familiar with her, is Cinderella, the Cinderella story. Fairy tales is also a kind of fiction. We have, we have, sorry, we have Tale of Medusa, the Hunger Games series, and Cinderella. Okay, the last one is creative nonfiction. This is your subject in my class. Mr. Balietas, would you please read the first description?
Nonfiction is writing that is based on true events, people, places, and facts. It is designed to inform and sometimes to entertain.
Very good. Unlike fiction, nonfiction is based on true events, people, places, and facts. So the two main goal of it is to inform and to sometimes entertain, but mainly to inform. Next description, I will just read this one. The only detail non-fiction writers can change are the names of the characters or places to protect the people involved. Yeah. Again, in news, if you may notice, some of the names there are being altered so that the lives of the people being interviewed can be, what do you call this? Can be put into danger. Okay, here are the examples. We have journals. The examples of journals are diaries and uh, other things. We also have essay. I know every one of you is familiar with essay. So it's when you find a topic and you create a introduction, body, and conclusion to explain that topic. Lastly, we have autobiography. The one that I chose is I Am Malala. This is written by Malala herself. That's why it's an autobiography. Autobiography is when something... Yes, Roma, do you have a question?
Ma'am, is Anne Frank's book considered creative nonfiction?
I'm sorry, what's the name of the book?
Anne Frank's diary?
Yes, it's an
Anne Frank's
autobiography.
diary, ma'am.
Yes, it's an autobiography, but at the same time, it is also a journal. It's her diary during that time. I think some of the writers consider it as a autobiography, but some considered it as a journal. Okay, because it is not edited. That's the difference. The journal is not edited, and autobiography is edited like a novel. So, I am Malala. I hope I answered your question, Ms. Ranyoko.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, I am Malala. Malala's about Malala's experience of terrorism in her country. Okay. Do you have any questions or clarifications? Mm-hmm. No questions now that you don't have. Are you sure you don't have any questions for me?
Ma'am,
Yes, Shai?
I'm just curious if any of those genres can they interact with each other, like a creative nonfiction poetry or something like that?
Thank you very much, Miss Shai. That's actually it can happen. As of today, there's a lot of poetry books that are written. It's a collection of poems that is arranged into novels and into chapters. So there's an element of fiction there, and it's still poetry because there are poems there. So yes, as I said a while ago, there are a lot of literary genres. They are called hybrid. These hybrid genres are genres that is a product of two or more literary genres. These four, they can be combined and yeah, they can be combined. I hope I answered your question, Miss Shai.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. I like it when my students ask me questions. Okay, for a minute,